Hello and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. As you may recall from the last couple episodes, we have taken a slight detour from playing Satisfactory for the month of October and playing some spooky Halloweenish games, and I couldn't think of a better place to start than one of my all-time favorite games, Hexen. This is just a really fun, super spooky feeling game. It's an old first-person shooter from when Doom 1 and Doom 2 came out. It's running on the same engine as Doom, so it's got those big chunky graphics that I love so much. It's just a great old-school retro game. So, those of you who've been paying attention and watching the previous episodes, we're currently in the first big hub level, 7 portals, and we've cleared out almost all of those portal areas. Next up, we're going to be finishing out the last of the Guardian of Steel level before we go to the bonus level and finish out the rest of this section and stage. And so, with no further ado, let's dive right in. Now, if you watched the previous episodes, you'll already know what we're going to get into here. The opposite side of the Guardian of Steel is laid out exactly the same as the first side. They use symmetry a lot in this game, although they do ramp up the difficulty here, as you can tell, by giving you a lot more enemies that you have to deal with. If you watch that episode, you know that next up there's going to be a couple of centaurs in here. Inevitably, yeah, there they are. Up, and some of them will sneak up behind you. And we're going to use that same trick that we did last time to kind of lure them down this hallway and into a cloud of poisonous gas, which is our magic. There we go. As I stated before, if you walk through that gas, it will also hurt you. So we're just going to wait for that to dissipate. Okay, and again, we know what's going to happen in here. Probably going to be another serpent, followed by another centaur or two. And you know, as I remember from this game previously, I think on harder difficulties, or maybe it's later stages, those centaurs also can shoot projectiles from their shields. But apparently they're not doing it yet. We are playing on easy though, so who knows what else we're missing out on. And again, they give you these little windows. Generally, you can take advantage of that to try and take out enemies through them. Just sort of sniping them a little bit. Now, you can see again, those shields are reflecting our projectiles, so we're not going to be able to use it, use the serpent staff on those centaurs down there. So, go back, remember to pull the switch. We want to make sure that this is on the right direction for where we're going. And also note that these were locked doors. We wouldn't be able to get through if we hadn't picked up that steel key earlier. Again, just kind of keeping the progression relatively linear for the game, even though you've got these hub levels. Now, this is only working because I've been through this game many times. Otherwise, I would have picked up the wrong key in the wrong place, and we would have spent all of these hours trying to pick up all of these extra keys as we go through the game. Okay, but now we have all 4, so it's going to make it relatively easy. All right, so we know what's going to happen as soon as we open the door. Yep, you guessed it, serpent. And now, the elevator's dropping down, dropping back up. And now we picked up a rider as well. We don't want to get trapped in there with him if we can possibly avoid it. There we go. Okay. So let's ride through. Should have cleared all of those out, and again, the barrier on one side, but not both sides. Pick up the hidden items. Well, we're already full on crystal flasks for one, so we don't have to worry about that. And I'm relatively sure as soon as we step through here, they're going to do the same jump scare. Yep. and add another serpent into this box here. So we pull the switch. You have to find another switch. Well, I wonder where that other switch is. We know exactly where that other switch is. It's on the other side. Now, go ahead and bring the mace back out, because I suspect that they're going to spawn enemies here again. They love to do that. Yep. Alright. And now we want to go down the opposite side from the way that we came in. Take out the serpent here. Whoop. Didn't quite dodge that in time. Change up our weapon because we hear those. Yeah, we hear those back there. Clear out any that might be hiding in corners. There we go. Back up. And now there's two in this area, but we're going to again use that same trick where we kind of cheat and put a wall between them so we can hit them and they can't hit us. There we go. I don't see the other one moving, but I know you're back here. No? I don't hear you either. Well, maybe we already cleared that one out. Or maybe on easy there's one less than I remember. So again, same trick as before. Pulling this is going to pull that block out of the way. You can see the animation there at the top of the screen there if you were looking closely. Oh, nope. See, there you are. I knew you were around. You're late. We had an appointment. I've been waiting here for at least 30 seconds. And making sure there's no more surprises. And again, just pulling that switch can often cause new enemies to spawn in. You never know when they're suddenly going to decide to drop more on top of you. No? Okay. Alright. Good enough. Now let's go back around to the door with the key. And again, you know there's going to be someone waiting for us. Always is. Oof. And you saw that door squished me. These moving doors do not mess around. You've got the doors are made out of big, chunky blocks. And they do hurt. Okay. No more monsters in here. Ah, there you are. I know you're in there. I hear you. I see you. Gotcha. And then we pull that one. Now, stairs have risen, so that's going to be the third set of stairwells. Now, I seem to remember that there's a way to get in here from behind the wall. Like, I remember there being a way to get through this, but at this exact moment, I don't exactly remember how to get that open. But again, there's nothing in there we really need. It's just a little secret area. You're not going for a completion in this game, unlike Doom, so secret areas don't count for anything. It's just, you know, for fun, just for fun. But I don't remember, you can see the door there, but I don't remember how to actually get that wall piece open, so we're not really going to worry about that right now. What we are going to do instead is head on back to 7 Portals and go check out the stairs that were just opened. Right, and right back the way we came. Okay. Take care of a few more enemies who have shown up, and then the stairs rise magically in front of us. And there we have it. A door has opened on the Guardian of Ice. You know, the Guardian of Ice is one of my least favorite levels, mainly because it's real hard. The slipping and sliding around, the jumping puzzles, I don't love that part. But we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta complete the level somehow. Now I see, floating around in the background, one of those ice monsters. We're gonna trek back down here again. It's been a while since we've saved, so let's do that. And try very carefully to avoid those platforms squishing us. Try again to avoid these platforms squishing us. Oh, just missed the timing there. Waiting around for platforms. And as I mentioned in the last episode, those are on a timer, so you're going to be hunting around looking for a switch. You're never going to find it. Okay, we're back here. So, as I recall, the door that's opened is actually, it's always going to get me. Just got to wait for it. Has opened towards that room with the arrows that we saw before. And again, inevitably, they've spawned in a whole bunch of more enemies for us to deal with. So, pick up that crystal vial, hiding in the darkness. And yes, there we go. One of those doors is now opened back up. So we're going to just dash through here. But we can't. Why? Because they've left some monsters for us. Hopefully we can get those trapped there by that thing while we're still taking poison darts to our back. It's just a bad time. I'm just going to pick up a little bit there and take a little damage. There we go. And now we come through here. Switch our weapons out. Oh, I hate this room. Probably my least favorite room in the game because they just drop you in the middle with enemies all around. And all of these enemies can shoot projectiles at you. Now, I'm trying to close with them so I can use the serpent staff to tick off some of their life and add it to my own, but again, not very effective. Pick up our mana, and I'm pretty low on life. Now, we do have a bunch of these quartz flasks, which will be used automatically when we lose life, but I'm just going to go ahead and manually use them for now. And note that we are back here on the Guardian of Steel, which we literally just left. These little platforms drop down now, and that's going to let us back through. So we're just going to go back around to the other side here, and I believe if we've done our job properly, we'll be able to use the platform on the other side. There we go. See it opening and closing behind us there? And that drops us into this room with all of these pistons that will squish us. A lot of squishing going on. Again, due diligence, y'all. Save your game. We're going to try and get through here without getting squished. Try and take out the enemies that are between us and our goal. Now we just have to remember where that switch is. As I recall, it's on the north end. Yeah, we can see it from here, can't we? Right back there. Right back there. Okay. And I don't think there's anything else in this room. There is a whole other side, but I don't think that side holds anything but paint. and that's not what we're going for. There's also that Crater of Might in the middle there, but we don't need that bad enough to risk it. So we're just going to go ahead and drop back down here. And see what's opened up. Okay. Whole bunch of centaurs. That's what we've opened up. Now again, we have the high ground, so we're going to take advantage of that and try and take them out from up here. Again, a little cheaty, but it keeps us from having to be in close range melee combat with ease. Okay, we're going to pick up a torch here. Stone's grind on the 7 portals. That's important. And that means we can leave this section. Again, generally speaking, they give you a message when you've done whatever the thing is you need to do for that section. And we go right back to the 7 portals. Now, a couple things. Through this alcove is the final section of the 7 portals. At the top of this set of stairs, the second set of stairs we opened, I forgot that there is a switch on either side. And that opens, of course, the 7th doorway. It also means that a bunch of enemies are going to spawn and start coming out of there any second. Yes, there they are. There they are. So we're just going to slowly work our way through here, and this is going to lead to the exit for the level. Just taking out a few enemies here. You have to deal with a lot of crossfire in this section. So you just want to take it nice and slow, ease your way into it, and we grab up all of those blue mana that are lying around. And then right next to the doorway, of course, is the switch that opens it up. And, of course, centaurs. Oh, and more enemies who have spawned immediately behind us again. That's laziness on my part, not checking for the inevitability that there will always be more enemies than the one that's immediately in front of you. As with, raptors, they always come at you from the side. That's okay, we can try and trap these centaurs behind the poison gas cloud. And deal with those. Now, you can already see that red flickering exit portal there, but we're not going to do that yet. Oh no. We have one thing to do first. Okay, so I'd missed one more switch over at the top of one of those stairwells at the top of 7 portals, the main hub section. And that's where this other door in the Guardian of Ice needed to be opened. Looks like I missed that the first time through. So we're back here at the Guardian of the Ice, finishing that off real quick. This is a relatively straightforward little bit, but we are going to save again, just so that we can make sure that our jump doesn't fail. There we go. Pull that lever. And that actually opens a portal behind us, so you can see that now. That means we need to jump back across. There we go. And we'll sneak our way back here. Ugh. And of course a lot more flaming birds here. Now I remember this area as being particularly frustrating, just because here we have a bottomless pit, and of course we have a very obvious section of wall that is going to slide. You can see the textures are different. So we're going to try and dash across here as quickly as we can and not die, but just in case. Whew. There we go. Now I do also expect that that will cause other side effects like monsters to show up, and that little rising platform there so that we can get to that switch. Whoop, this is a bad place to be. And you see there's a little gap right here before we can climb up there at the end of this runway. That's a dirty trick. That's to get you if you don't quite make it, but at least there isn't a hole there. I guess they, in an early game, probably had a hole there and removed that for people who kept falling in. Right, back out, back to 7 portals. Okay, now I believe, yeah, you can see the animations there, those turning blocks. That has opened up the gate, and this hole will take us to the bonus level. So let's go ahead and save real quick. And here we are, the Bright Crucible. This is a really neat little bonus level. Now, one thing I will say about the bonus levels in this game, they don't actually help you that much. I tend to find I use a whole lot of ammo in the bonus levels, and they don't actually give you a lot of extra items, sadly. They're actually more of a challenge area than anything, than, you know, being a real bonus. So like at the top of these platforms, you can see there are serpents. We've got green serpents, we've got brown serpents, we've got a whole array of serpent colors. We've got more down here. And we've got some swamp creatures as well that exist there. And you can kind of, see their little tails poking up out of the water every once in a while before they jump up and throw projectiles at us. So we're just going to jump into the fray. And you can see they're taking a considerable amount of life off me. The brown ones, of course, shoot poison gas instead of fireballs, which is a little more damaging. There's just so many of them. Just gotta keep moving a little. All right, I think that's most of the ones on the ground level. And now we have to go up to the top of these platforms here and finish off the rest. So we probably want to take out the left side of this first. Just go over here, ride the platform up. Oof, that didn't go well. Yeah, we'll just try and catch a few of these in our trap rather than have to take them head on. Oof. Or catch ourselves in the trap, one of the two. There we go. And again, since we're playing on easy, we have surprisingly few of these monsters popping out of these little alcoves here. I believe there were many, many, many more the last time I played this on hard. Okay. Alright, now in this room we have this ruby that we're going to want to grab. We're going to take damage no matter what we do, so let's just do it. Okay, good. And up here, looks like we've already killed the lizard beast, and we got a platinum helmet, which increases our armor class there for the trouble. Now, with that ruby that we grabbed, we're going to want to go back around to the other side and put that into the crown that I know is over sitting there waiting for us. Oh, and then there's another guy up there. Another serpent. Try and take that out before we get there. And then back around to the side. Up here. Of course, there'll be a monster waiting for us. They always love to do that. And the other one on the behind us can shoot fireballs at us while we're waiting, which is just great. Just great. Okay, so some ogres. Take those out through a variety of means. Another long hallway of them. And they just keep coming. That noise doesn't sound good. I'm sure it'll be something super wonderful for us. Okay, so now all we need to do is run in and put our ruby on the pedestal. So we select the ruby, and we try and get there as quickly as we can. There we go. And that will stop the flow of the fireballs. And that's also going to open up the next little back area. We grab the Falcon Shield. That brings us up to an armor class of 12. Again, this is Dungeons & Dragons inspired. So you've got armor classes here, which reduce your amount of damage you take. And for those of you who are old enough to remember the old THACO system, I think that's how they're doing their calculations. Now, I was hoping to show you one of these serpents, these lake monsters, because these are going to feature heavily, there they are, in the next level. They can throw projectiles as well. They're pretty nasty. And they will sneak up on you. But you can see them as they're swimming. They stay under the water, and you can't shoot them when they're underwater. Also note that there's a current in the green rivers, sometimes in the blue, usually in the green rivers where it's toxic. It doesn't hurt you, but it just looks gross. But the current will cause you to flow in the direction that the water is flowing. Oh. And now we've got more serpents here that have spawned. And some more of our ogres, orcs, whatever they're called. If you remember what those are called, and you don't have to look it up, go ahead and post that in the comments. I'd be curious to see if anybody remembers what the name of all these things are. And no cheating. We try to avoid cheating as much as we can. Although I do cheat a little bit. Definitely cheat some. Okay, and this is the final treasure room of this level. But note there's not like really any treasure here. Again, this is going back to the bonus levels not being so much of a bonus. You know, there's some mana and some horse flasks to kind of recharge you a little bit, but it's kind of it. There's not a lot of stuff here. And then with that, that's basically the end of the bonus level. We can actually now just trek right back down here, go down this little alcove, and then we'll come right back to our exit portal. And that's really it. Nothing hidden behind the portal, although sometimes there are items back there, and that's it. And we go back to 7 portals. You know, it's interesting. The bonus level, again, it's not really a bonus level. It's an extra little area to find stuff. But really, at the end of the day, you can skip all of the bonus levels. There's not anything that you really get out of it, except for to see more game. And again, it's a really nice game. It's a fun game. So we really just play it for the added bonus of getting a few more minutes to spend in the world of Hexen. All right, so this is the final section of the 7 portals area. We're going to go ahead and clear out all of these monsters that are, of course, behind us, that want to hit us from behind when we walk through there. That's how this game plays. Always the dirty tricks. Try and hit as many as we can through the wall, saving and conserving our ammo and our life. There we go. And we pull the switch. Make sure, yes, that they don't just sneak up behind us when we pull the switch, because that's what they like to do. And then, of course, we have some centaurs to deal with. So we try and catch a few of those in our snare. And you're trapped, so you'll be fine. There we go. Okay, anyone else left to clear out here? Looks like, no, we're good. So, I will draw your attention to these floating bat wings here. These are wings of flight. They last for a good long while. I think it's like a minute. And you can use them. They usually show up at the end of the level to allow you to explore the level a little bit more. You get them by jumping down here. There's a little invisible platform where you can see those bouncing mana. And that'll let you walk back up there and get them. But I'm not going to risk the jump because mainly we've already seen everything there is to see in this level. We've already cleared out absolutely every inch of it now. With a few mistakes along the way, but we've seen all of it. So the wings only really are going to give you the advantage to like see it from the sky and be able to go up to platforms that you may want to explore, etc. One last thing we're going to grab here, though, in addition to some mana, is this shard. Segment of Wraith Verge. Now, Wraith Verge is our ultimate weapon in the game. It's the level 4 item. In Doom, you have a whole bunch more weapons. You have like, is it 7, 9? It's been a while. In the first is Doom that you can use. In this game, you only get 4. The first one you start with, the mace that I'm using here. The second one you pick up, and the third one you pick up. And we'll get the third one here soon. I think it's the Gloves of Flame. But the fourth one you have to find all of the shards of, and there are 4 pieces spread across the levels. So that's the first one of them. So, with that being done, let's complete this level of 7 portals. And now they give us a little story. This gives us some flavor text rather than a cutscene. This is the old 90s version of a cutscene. We'll just read through this real quick. And it's starting to give you a little teaser here. The barren desert, the dank swamps, and the musty caverns. That's going to refer to the 3 different areas in the next level. It also talks about flickering in the distance, the ever-shifting walls of the hypostyle. And with this exit, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you at the next episode, where we're going to play a little bit more. I think we're going to play at least one more level of Hexen before we call it quits. So thank you again for joining us, and we will see you back here soon.
Bert!